Kamala Harris, people, has been on a media blitz tour that I swear to you, I hope it never ends. But some people are taking this as like a victory lap. This is Jen Psaki with Inside with Jen Psaki, as if anything doesn't get grosser visually. Inside with Jen Psaki doing the victory lap 18 hours ago, and methinks she started doing the victory lap too early. Listen to this.
So for weeks, many Republicans have been hemming and hawing about how Vice President Kamala Harris is avoiding the press. Well, now they're going to have to find something else to complain about.
Oh, no, absolutely not. In fact, now we are rejoicing that what we were complaining about has now proven to be true, in that the accusation was that Kamala Harris is avoiding the media because she's an abject idiot DEI hire who probably was only hired as VP to make Joe Biden look good by comparison. The complaint was that she's an abject idiot and she's avoiding the press because if she does a media tour, she's going to look like an idiot. And I hate to spoil the victory lap, Jen Psaki. She has done the tour. It's the most disastrous thing. We spent yesterday's show just pulling out some highlights from her talk with I won't use any mean names because I don't know enough about Alex Cooper, but a show that talks about degeneracy. I pulled out the clips from that because I listened to that so that you don't have to. Let me see what else.
Because Harris is going on a pretty big media blitz. I mean, tonight, 60 Minutes aired an in-depth interview with the vice president. We're going to talk about some more specific moments from that in a moment. That comes the day after Harris appeared on the popular Call Her Daddy podcast hosted by Alex Cooper. Tomorrow, Harris is set for a whirlwind day of media appearances, including The View, The Howard Stern Show, and The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. And yet, perhaps predictably, the more traditional legacy DC-based media are spitting mad. Politico claims in Playbook, quote, Harris is still largely avoiding the media, complaining that most of these are not the types of interviews that are going to press her on issues she may not want to talk about.
That's true, by the way, and she still can't get through these interviews. I'm not going to play any more of the political and intellectual retardation that is the Jen Psaki show. You got the idea. Oh, no, we're going to have to find something else to complain about? Hells to the bells. No, I want this media tour, this media blitz to go on forever. And by the way, it is true. She's sitting down with moral, sexual, degenerate Alex Cooper, Call Her Daddy, and it's an abject disaster of an interview. She sat down with 60 Minutes. I mean, I don't know if 60 Minutes is doing their job. I don't know if 60 Minutes decided to flip down and says, nope, we no longer want Kamala Harris. It was the worst thing you've ever seen. I've been listening to some of the Howard Stern interview today. It's the worst thing I've ever heard. And I literally saw, you know this, someone step on a little budgie and it died in my hands. It's worse than that. It's not worse than that. That was actually traumatizing. So I got some clips that we're going to play through here and talk about it because it's fantastic. Listen to this. These are highlights from the softball questions that she got on 60 Minutes. You've seen the highlights, and I'm hoping that this is not repetitive with other people's analysis of this. You get a softball question from 60 Minutes, and it's an abject disaster. You're doing something wrong. She has highlighted every single failed policy of the Biden-Harris regime since day one, how they've exacerbated all of the problems and now want to pat themselves on the back for having stemmed, at least not even stopped the bleeding, reduced the bleeding to half after literally slashing the proverbial political carotid artery of the American. Can you imagine? This is straight out of George Orwell's 1984, and I think it related to chocolate production. We're like, oh, chocolate production is up threefold from down 90%. Anybody who's ever invested in the market, like when a stock, now which way does it go? If the stock goes down 50%, no, hold on, the stock is $50, it doubles at 100. Oh, son of a beasting. If it goes up 10% and then down 10%, it's gone down more than it's gone up. The absolute idiocy of this, and by the way, when he starts off by saying what I'm asking you is because she didn't answer him the first time. Their policies, striking however many executive orders that that Trump had in place. Then you get into the title there that was prohibiting the crossing of the border of for COVID reasons. That journalist there, that guy, I forget his name now. The reason why he's pissed on the border issue and arguably giving Kamala Harris a hard time, he had talked about how he'd been covering the border issue for a very long time. He had seen firsthand the disaster of this. And so he presses on the idea that your policies resulted in a quadrupling of illegal crossings. Get into the fentanyl side of this afterwards. Quadruple of illegal crossings. And then she says, yeah, but our policies afterwards reduced that by half. So you went from however many, I don't even know what the numbers are anymore. It's like 11,000 crossings a day. You quadruple it and then you have it. And then you claim success and blame the problem on Trump and then accuse him of running on the refusal to solve a problem. I mean, this is coming from 60 Minutes. And the amazing thing is, you literally have people on the left, I'll show you who this guy is in a second, trying to spin her abject stupidity as a W. They've got to find, they can't, by the way, let me take this. No, I'm not going to, I'll take it out here. I think I can do it like this. Yeah, I can do it like this. Oh, look at that. I don't have to close the screen. That was I don't know how many minutes it was edited down to, I think 20 some odd minutes. That's an edited interview. Now, part of me thinks that they might have actually edited that to make Kamala Harris look even worse, because I think the powers that be have had it with Kamala Harris. I mean, in that interview, the big guy basically talks about how the honeymoon of the convention is over. That's the edited interview. I demand to see the unedited material. Like, part of me wants to believe that maybe they're making her look bad, but if that's the best they could make her look with the material they had, how bad must the unedited answers be? But then you get these propagandists, and I'll show you who this guy is in a second here. Adam Parkhamenko. Adam Parkhamenko is a Dem strategist. People. Okay, Moose and Simba had better be pets. Former DNC National Field Director, Hillary advisor, and more. So you know that you're going to get lied to here. Listen to this. Kamala Harris, fact-checking the reporter here is everything. You understand the tactic of what's happening here, by the way, people. These guys know that the majority of people are not even going to watch the video on Twitter. They're going to see that headline and say, oh, must be a W for Harris. I'm going to share it. I want to see what those quote tweets look like. So this is when you go and watch the video, you understand what a lie it is. When you go and check the profile and you see this guy's a Dem strategist who used to advise Hillary Clinton, you know that it's a lie because he's a liar, and that's all that they do is absolutely lie. But let's hear Harris. How are you going to pay for that? Her answer at the end of the day, at this answer, oh, hold on, we'll get there. The other, you know what her answer is? Let me just not answer your question, and let me go to the other economists who I strongly suspect are not bipartisan, even if we could assume that the ones who gave that answer in the first place were partisan. What's my answer to your question? I'm not going to answer it. Can you believe that the spin masters are out there trying to spin this as Kamala Harris fact-checking the reporter here is everything? She didn't fact-check him. She avoided his question, made a bald assertion of a source that we don't even know what it is. It's beyond disaster. It's beyond disaster where I get scared that a prediction that I made of a possible play of the deep state, now that they've announced basically that Secret Service is as useful as a a-hole right here, to quote the best line out of Kill Bill 2, that they are laying the brickwork for what might be their most devious next plan, because nobody can watch this media blitz except for the absolute idiots on The View and think that it's going well. Everybody seen Kill Bill 2? What are you trying to tell me? That I don't need you to do the job that I'm paying you to do? That you're as useful as an a-hole right here? Best line of the movie. So that was the damn spin master trying to polish a turd, as we say. That turd right now is Kamala Harris and her media blitz.